recording now. Alright, so welcome back to the channel. Actually getting to shoot and film today. I'm basically collecting brass. I bought a bunch of Norma 143 grain golden target rounds, and they're actually really pretty good rounds, but of course I'm going to reload for this, so I need brass, and so I'm shooting up a bunch of it. But I'm also running a different test today on this rifle just to kind of see how it's doing. The barrel has about, I want to say 70 or 80 rounds through it, so it's still a new barrel. And right now it's a 27-inch barrel, and right now I'm running an average of like 2882, 2881, somewhere in there with these rounds. And on the box it says they run 2986, so I'm about 100 feet per second lower than that. But maybe it'll start speeding up as it gets more and more broke in. But I'm going to do a 20 round group at 100, swab the barrel out, do a 20 round group at 200 and swab it out, and then do another 20 round group at 300 and see how it goes. I'm still kind of getting this thing zeroed right now, so here we go. Looks like I'm about a ½ inch to the right. So we'll go 2 clicks over to the right. That'll bring the point of impact hopefully to the left ½ inch. And then I'm going to go for a 20 round group on this target. Now there's more rounds on the target than 20 right now because I'm zeroing it, but let's see, that round went 2905. So here we go. Let's see how this goes. Alright, I'm going to leave that where it's at. That round went 2874. So I'm going to go for 20 rounds right here.
Gate still open?
Yeah.
It's open when we come through.
Yeah. Had it for 450. Got a lot of cushion.
All right, 20 rounds going down range. And I guess I could put a magazine in this thing.
Ooh, Yeah, I was watching on TV today. They were talking about the 110 Savages.
I'm afraid I ain't gonna like that gun anymore.
2881.
I've been shooting this one so much, I'm afraid I'm not gonna like that one anymore.
300. You ever get it lined up?
Hmm?
You ever get it lined up?
It's good to go.
What'd you have to do to it?
Quality scope. Now, stop the float,
2879.
which is gonna help a lot.
Yeah, that's the reason why I ain't shooting my 6.5. I said, I've been reloading it, but I said, I'm not going to bring it out here and waste freaking ammunition at $1 a round when the daggum stuff is,
Yeah.
when it's not going to be accurate, it's not going to be what I want.
This gun,
I said, I might as well bring a 22 out there and shoot it.
this gun is very picky on this.
2871.
I'm 170. Well, you can reload it. I got 126s at the house.
Yeah.
Between that and it likes that one, but it's okay with this one. But it likes the 120.
Well, all guns are like
2886.
this. It's like, I said these guys talk this morning, they were saying, find in the bullet, that's your gun likes. They were talking about buying axes like I bought the cheap one.
Yeah.
They said, so you pay $400 and you got your cheap axes. And they said, and then you're gonna spend $400 finding a bullet that it likes.
Yep.
They said, so you gotta look at your value. They said you might want to spend a little more money on the gun.
Yeah.
2877.
I bought this scope. They gave me a set of Vortex precision rings for free. How about that?
What's the difference in the rings?
I don't know. But they're on the shelf for like $120.
I was gonna say, what makes them? Well, they got a gasket for one thing.
They're light.
Real light.
And that's a 30 millimeter.
2877.
Good looking scope. Another thing about putting out a big expensive arc, and I bought it on my 17, 18 arc. While I'm waiting to see what I'm gonna do, because I'm thinking about buying me one of those new 7mm PRCs.
Yeah.
Either that, or I'm either gonna buy that, or I'm gonna buy me a 9mm.
2891.
Actually, the deal is in my life, ain't got anything to tell for self-defense other than a shotgun that's gonna kick the shit out of me.
I like that 9 carbine.
Huh?
I like that 9 carbine.
Or she's well, here's the thing. I was watching this guy's talk about self-defense.
2900.
Continuously. Getting older, you get weaker, and they said they said that shooting a carbine is rifle education, and they said, and that's something that you don't lose very easily. That if you shot one, you shoot them all. And they said you ain't got to shoot, say one. You know, you're good to go as far as like
2877.
accuracy and stuff. And they recommended. That's what they recommended. The carbine for home defense above everything.
That's a good house clear, man.
Well, that's what they say.
Not that long.
Yeah, everybody says that, and I've said, well, it's got to find me one. That's the one that folds. That's I saw that one this morning. That one highly recommended.
2877.
That's a Kel-Tec, isn't it?
Again.
Is that a Kel-Tec?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna let it cool down for just a hair.
Yeah.
It's really not that hot, but it is
I'm gonna
getting
go
going.
set up a couple of targets. You going down?
You wanna go stick a target up?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Good. I'm gonna let that cool down for just a little bit. Alright, so this is where I'm 10 rounds into this 100-yard test and letting it kind of cool down a little bit. So when I went to zero this, I actually thought I was missing the target, but I had a couple rounds go in one hole there, and then I moved and started messing with it. I come down, got it to hit here, and then when I went over, I went a little too far and hit right there, and then brought it back and it hit in this corner. So right now in this group, there is 11 rounds in that group right there. Excluding this one, if you cover that one up, that's the 10-round group right there. So that's about 1 inch, give or take. We'll measure it after a while, but I still got 10 more rounds to send at this, and then we're going on to 200 yards. Of course, after I swab it out. I originally wanted to, what I wanted to do was shoot 1 round every 30 to 60 seconds. I was going to pick either 30 seconds or 60-second wait time and just wait and shoot and wait and shoot, but I don't have enough daylight for that. Sun's already gone down. We may not get to shoot the 300-yard test. So I'm going to try to get back up here, send a couple rounds down, and you know, send 10 more rounds down on this. Or, you know, I could just go ahead and move to 200 and do 10 rounds at 200 yards and then 10 rounds at 300, but I really want to do a full 20 since, again, I need to collect the brass anyways to reload, because I don't want to start reloading this cartridge until I've got you know, at least 100 pieces of brass. So after this test, I'll have at least 100 pieces of this brass. But so far, this normal ammunition is running really good. So far, it's pretty dang consistent. Man, this rifle is a shooter. I know I'm not the steadiest person, and I don't shoot prone a lot. So, and I'm probably not actually, you know, not behind the rifle like I'm supposed to be. But, you know, I don't have a professional out here teaching me how to shoot prone. So, yeah, I'm just doing what I can do. Anyways, I'll wait for those two guys to come back up here, and after he's done setting up his target, and then we'll get back to shooting. I may not record any more velocities after this. I don't know. We'll see if I've got enough daylight to keep the chronograph working. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get back to it. Finish this test because we're running out of daylight quick.
Yeah. Clouds.
All right, let's try to get this through here.
Yeah, got threaded barrels. It's more
10 more rounds.
Threaded barrel gets a better stock. And
I like the stock.
Go ahead and just pull them out. So it's
I wish I could get that stock, put it on mine. Yeah. But it won't fit.
It won't.
I'm actually really happy with these.
Nah, I've got that
shooting so
thick.
darn good. I don't want to buy another case of them.
It is a heavy barrel.
Pretty heavy.
I've only been shooting this out at Glenwood.
Going hot.
I haven't shot more than 80 yards.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to get it over there.
You got your ears
Stretch it
in?
on out now.
You ready? Okay. I don't want to blow anybody's eardrums out today. $29.15.
Right, your phone just jumped when you fired that thing. Hope you
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
break
sure it did.
Huh?
I'm sure it did.
Hope you didn't break the phone.
Ah.
You want a back foot on the back?
No.
$28.78. 2911. $28.86. $28.67.
They all through the same hole? Got an ash group in there. Sweet. That's one thing they say about, that's what they said on everything I've watched.
28.81.
For the money puts out an extremely accurate barrel.
I had to push it down twice, but I got the last 4 in the middle circle. So
You're 0 then. Sweet shooting, ain't it? Ain't got a lot of recoil.
29.18.
son of a bitch is.
Oh no, that's a kicker there.
That thing hurt.
That's like shooting. We had that 7 mag out here and I was like shooting it and I was like, damn, this thing hurts. Forgot about how bad it shoots. It's one of them that you roll your shoulder up and make sure it's tucked on some meat.
You know, we have a youth model 7 mag at work.
29.11.
Me too. Cause we got that Model 1, it will rock your world.
Holy shit.
It's accurate. But that son of a bitch will rock your world.
Shit, it's a Savage Model 1?
Yeah. I basically gave it to Garrett because he's the only one that like was shot. He's hunting with it and shooting it. Shoot with it now.
So those last 3 rounds were all over 2,900. So the velocity seems like it's going to pick up a little bit here.
Just looking at it.
I'd like to have a 10 millimeter carbine to go with it, but I think they're going, yeah, but I can buy 9 millimeter carbine ammunition cheaper as shit.
Y'all going down?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I pulled one, but 20 rounds in a, you know, that's a 20 round group there. With that one, I pulled it 100 yards.
You did. You the center out of it?
Yeah, shot the center out of it. Hadn't done that in a while. That's fun. Alright, so on the 200 yard target, instead of aiming dead center like I was on the 100 yard, I'm going to aim right here, which is 2 inches high. And then on the 300 yard, I'm going to do the same and aim up here. So that way, you know, they'll all be on the target and not like falling off the bottom of the target. Because I'm not going to dial my elevation for this. I'm just going to shoot and I'm just going to hold a little high.
Really accurate out to 200 yards.
Alright, we're going to 200 here. I went ahead and put the magazine in the rifle, make things go a little quicker, a little easier maybe. Maybe my chronograph will work here, maybe it won't, or we don't really have much light overhead. So, at least we still got plenty to see the target. So, again, here at 200, I'm going to aim 2 inches high, and then at 300, I'm going to aim 4 inches high. So, here we go. Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right.
2902. $28.85. $29.05. $29.06. $29.03. $28.90. $28.88. $28.97. All right. Reload the mag here. I'm actually gonna let this thing cool for just a minute.
I think this looks good.
All right, let it cool for a little bit. Let's go another 8 rounds. $28.87. $29.12.
Might as well empty the box.
So you only changed it one click.
$29.05.
You gonna swab it?
That, it might need to. It might need to be.
$28.97. 2885.
Happy with that.
2906. $29.11.
Please figure that out.
It's dirty.
29.23.
It's dirty.
Okay. Let it cool for just a second. Alright, so I just have 4 rounds left here at 200, and then I'm going to adjust my angle a little out to the 300 yard. But I'm going to go get the target first before I do that. My group at 200 is not doing super great, but I'm using just the silliest of bipods on this thing. It's the only thing I had. It was on a lighter weight rifle, and it's not quite adequate enough for this rifle. This rifle, I think, is around 15 pounds, give or take. That's what it feels like. And it's on a Caldwell, just an XLA bipod. It doesn't tilt, doesn't do anything, just a simple bipod. And it's really like the crosshair's just wiggling down there at 200. So, I've pulled a few shots, and the group is not so great. It's not terrible, but at least we know now that, you know, according to the target at 100 yards, the 338, you know, wasn't me. It was the gun and the brass and stuff. So we know that for sure, because the group at 100 yards is much tight. As far as this goes, also, I had to extend the legs out at this area. Extend the legs out further than I had them out at the 100 yard, because of the way the bank kind of drops off here on this end of the firing line. So that's contributing to the amount of wobble I've got. But anyways, I'm going to fire these last 4 rounds, and we will move on to 300 yards. But before I do that, I'm going to let the barrel cool. I'm going to go ahead and walk down and grab this target and show it to you guys. Okay. I'm going hot.
Going hot.
Alright. Let's see where this thing's at.
No. And here we go.
That might be a little off because
My magazine not all the way in.
Yeah. I wasn't worried
but I
about
see
that.
some stuff.
The nose of the round was down. No problem. No big deal. Here we go.
Now, let's see where we are.
Guess we should have dry patched it.
Nah.
Yeah.
You too.
I want to say that my crosshair's wiggling about a solid minute of angle down there. About 2 inches, give or take. Sometimes. Between 1 inch and 2 inches. So half minute to a minute of wiggle. I'm trying to be as steady as possible.
Hitting now.
29.13.
Is it on paper?
Hell no.
I will say, this thing just recoils straight back. It's so nice. I mean, I can look right back through the scope, and my crosshairs are just still exactly on the target where I want them. pulled that one for sure.
Because I went the wrong way.
2913.
Cutting over.
Well, I moved that the wrong way. I bet it is shooting
We
over.
should have brought my binoculars, have a spot, and you could shoot the gong, I forgot to tell you something.
I think I pulled that one the same direction. 2912. Alright. So there's our 20 rounds. I had 200 yards. Let's go grab that target. Well, we're out here at the 200 yard, and it doesn't look as bad as I thought. This is 20 rounds on paper, and we got a nice little cluster, like dead center, and where my point of aim is right here. Now I know my bipod's wiggling around quite a bit, too much to really expect any great accuracy. So point of aim's here. It looks like I've got some vertical dispersion going on, but it's actually looking good considering the bipod setup I got on this rifle, which is not adequate, not near stiff enough or strong enough for the weight of this rifle. So not too bad. Pretty happy with it. One of these days I'll get me an Atlas bipod or something like that, and yeah, get a real good bipod for this thing. So not terrible, but always room for improvement. Now we're gonna go shoot around the corner here to the 300 yarder, and on the 300 yard I'm gonna aim another 2 inches higher. So I'm gonna aim right here at the very top of the target, and we'll see how she does. Alright, so at 300 yards I was originally aiming here, and my group looks like it's all down here, so it's actually not too bad. That's really about 3 minutes of angle. So, and then I went ahead and I aimed here and then brought my crosshairs down to this group, and then I was shooting here, and I guess I brought them down a little too far because then my group turned up here, and it's a little bit bigger. This is 10 shots and this is a 10 shot group, so 300 yards, not too bad. Now we gotta go home.